Hi guys, so I'm here with the babies and I'm going to answer a couple questions that or reply to a couple of comments through video because I'm just in that tell all mood, so to speak. Well, one of the comments were from Dolly Pop Productions, and she was just making a general comment and just saying how we were just talking about how disheartening it is to receive babies and they're not what we expect, and how much money we spend out on it. It's very disappointing or whatever. And the question was, have I ever gotten babies where the paint was coming off? Well, yes. I have had, the thing about me is that I'm very vocal, but I pick and choose my battles, and I normally take it directly to the source, and I try to leave a lot of it off camera. I do not frown on people that shame artists in public that does stuff and don't try to fix it. Um, However, I have just tried to keep my channel as positive as possible with kind of giving people an idea of, hey, these things do exist. So when when things are being said about Miss Serenity Smith behind her back, um, as I'm like this terrible collector that's so hard to deal with, a lot of times the artists fail to leave out the fact of the things they've messed up. And because I'm very vocal, I'm not a collector that's going to allow an artist to just get my money and send me anything and not say anything. A lot of collectors does this. And a matter of fact, I watched a collector post a picture of their new baby, and the first thing I noticed is that that baby was missing paint in its creases. Same issue I had with that same particular artist. The paint had come out through the creases. And I was like, but I'm not going to open my mouth to say anything, because then guess who will be the bad person? Not the artist that messed up the baby, but the person that points it out. So I just leave stuff be now and just let people fight their own battles and figure their own stuff out. But yes, I have had babies that have came to me from top artists that have had issues. Like the very first thing that I ever experienced was when I got a baby from an artist, and the eye was not flush against the vinyl, so you could see through the baby's head through the eye socket. And the artist was like, oh, I can't fix it, because of the glue is too strong, and I can't remove it and change the eyes out and all this and stuff. So it was like, pretty much I should just have to keep it. Not. And then they were like, well, I said, can I just send the head back to you and you fix the eye for me? They was like, no, you can just send it back to me and I'll refund you. Okay. So guess what? Next morning, I'm at the postal service returning that baby. Signature required. Artist refused the delivery like several times, and then had resold the baby, gotten the money from the other person, still haven't refunded me. I contact PayPal. PayPal, informs me that this artist has emptied their PayPal account, taking all their money out. So I'm sitting weeks and weeks out, and I haven't got my money back. Now they have the doll. Then they finally accept the doll. The new mommy has gotten the baby settled in. The artist made a post. Oh, this baby is, happily with the mom. The new mommy is happy and all this. And I'm just saying to myself, so you've gotten paid twice for this doll, still haven't sent me my freaking money, and you think that is okay? So I had to threaten to do a chargeback. Just, go through all this rigmarole just to get my money back. And so finally, I got my money back. That's when I learned all the stuff about making payments, like when you make payments, how you're not covered through PayPal. And the artist purposely, I know for a fact, purposely waited until my time was up with PayPal to file a claim to send me the doll in the first place, because they knew that I probably wasn't going to like it. So yeah, I've had my share of experiences. I've had so many different bad experiences that I just haven't even talked about. I have had, artists that I know do beautiful work and then send me something and there's parts on the babies that was rushed or not their normal good job that they normally do. And I've just, taken it. Sometimes I'll just settle. It just depends on how much I love the baby and if everything else supersedes the flaw. Because I know that artists are not perfect. And I know that they are human. And I know that, these are art dolls at the end of the day. So sometimes I take it for what it is. But some things is just unforgivable. And then, the one artist that I had where the paint was coming off of the baby and the face was cracked, the painting on the baby was crackled. I had never had work from this artist before, so I thought it was a new technique. Silly me. When I first got the baby, I thought, oh, that's a dry skin effect. So I was like, oh, that's cute. Well, then I started noticing the creases started crackling. Okay, now was that supposed to be there? And it did look realistic, like, dry skin or something, eczema. But then when it started, next thing you know, you start seeing vinyl because the crackle becomes flaking off. I was like, oh, holy crap. What's going on? Message the artist, is this a technique that you were doing? But this is blah, blah, blah. Oh, what did you do to the baby? What did you do? Serenity. What did you do to the baby? What did you let your kids play with it? Blah, 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 blah. Ma'am, I'm going to need you to have several seats. I did not let nobody do anything to my babies. My kids know better. The most things that my kids might do is surprise me by, posing them differently in their cribs or their beds or whatever, or taking pictures for their Instagram. They do not, my nursery room stayed closed. And if I have my little toddler baby running around that I have here sometimes that you guys see in videos, I keep my room door locked. I will allow her to touch on some of my Reborn sometime when I'm right here, because only thing she likes to do is try to give them a pacifier. But needless to say, the artist, oh, it was my fault. Oh, I changed my baby so much. And then I said to myself, I was like, so I started doubting myself. I'm like, okay, am I changing my babies too much? I started slowing down changing babies. Even though one of the particular babies that was in question, I normally never really changed because it didn't have many clothes because of the size. And I just like to look at it. So it was one of those babies that I just keep just laying still. And, I went to thinking, I'm like, wait a minute. So I was telling them, I was like, you guys as artists know this is what we do. Maybe this wasn't the intentions and the purpose of people when they first created these art dolls, but that is what it has become. They have become things that we hold, we play with, we change their clothes like thousands of times. We don't, we don't do all this shopping to just let them sit. Yeah. So I feel like, why don't you put some kind of sealant or something on the paint to protect it so that it can have many changes and stuff like that. That is what we're buying it for. We spend hundreds and hundreds and sometimes thousands and thousands of dollars for this. So why not paint it to where the quality holds up? And then, a lot of people have a lot of different things to say about a lot of different artists, and I've had my share even with some of the same artists. But what I can say is that when an artist tells me that, oh, these dolls aren't made to be played with, blah, 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 I don't want to buy from you. Because that's not, I'm buying them so that I can play with them. And I've had Paris, Mia Moore, which is this little girl right here, for like over 2 years now. And when I first got her, for the first 6 months, this is no lie, and the artist knew this before she made her for me, because she had saw me with my other Reborn before her. And so I guess she double sealed her. So she has a texture on her. So it's a texture on her that's really, some people don't like that texture because it's really thick. But The thing is, it's very good for protecting the paint. I changed this girl for 6 months straight, for at least 2 to 3 times a day. That was obsessive. I don't do that with my other babies, but I did it with her because she was the first really beautiful, beautiful reborn that I had gotten. She had not lost any paint. She have not lost any hair. I mean, yeah, every now and then when you're combing, you get little strands here and there maybe. But as far as just pulling out plugs and all that stuff, she's had hard styles. She's had soft styles in her hair. I've washed her hair. Not wash like a real baby wash, but rinse some of the, the build up out of it. Still looks just like I brought her out the box when I got her. So when somebody tells me that they can't be changed and all this stuff and these artists throw, they love to blame the collector. No. I've had one of my kids be burned and it was still, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's just like, come on, guys. You got to be accountable. We're spending too much money for this. And so, it's hard though, because I do believe in like people just putting certain artists out there. I do. I mean, it's like some people just need to be warned of certain particular artists that are just horrible, that are doing things that they know are wrong and taking people money. And I believe that. But I don't believe in shaming the ones that will refund you if you're not happy, or, or will work with you. That's where I kind of like be a little bit laid back. But for new people that are collecting, it's just like, I don't know how to tell people how to look for the perfect baby or quality baby now, because people, they want to hear the truth, but then they don't want to hear the truth. If I do a video and tell you guys all the stories about the different artists that I've dealt with, that are top artists, that are mediocre artists, that are whatever, and that have did things that I felt that was wrong, oh my God, people will hate me forever in 10,000 days. Because just like me with my friends, I'm very loyal with my friends. I really, like, I'll fight my friends' battles sometimes. I'm not anymore. I used to. I've learned now that is not the way to go. But I did. I used to do that. And that's the way people are when you talk about particular artists. Oh, I love them. They were good to me. I like my baby. And then, but they don't, every baby is different in every situation, and every experience is different. So all I can do is speak on my experience and my baby that I have, and from there. And yeah, sometimes people will come to me and ask me about particular artists, like, what did you think about this when you dealt with that artist, or and I will tell them. But I remember one time a girl came to me, and this video, I'm going to have to stop it in order to upload it fast. And I don't like to do the slow upload. So I'm going to cut this off, and then I will come back and I will continue to I'll tell you about an incident that stopped me from sharing my experiences with new collectors or collectors, period.